More than 1.7 million people right now are fighting cancer in the U.S., and the Cleveland Clinic locally is raising critical funding to make it easier for all those patients who are going through treatment.
Yeah, very important cause. News 3's Lindsey Buckingham talked to one patient ahead of the clinic's Evening of Hope fundraiser.
In the spring of 2017, Amy Pappas was living her life, unaware that nagging back pain was anything more than a slight injury after a trip to the Cleveland Clinic and an MRI.
They diagnosed me with multiple myeloma, which is a blood cancer.
It was a shock.
I mean, who expects to hear the words, you have cancer? No one. Kind of going through the whole process of the next week, testing just to confirm everything, meeting my oncologist. I'd have a bone marrow biopsy, which is not a pleasant thing.
Amy says there was no time for self-pity.
You can either choose to be miserable and put your head down and feel sorry for yourself because why did I get cancer? That's just not my personality.
Jumping into therapy at Cleveland Clinic's Taussig's Cancer Center, Amy remaining optimistic, keeping her everyday routine as much as possible.
I joked about it. I said I had a 2-week vacation stay at Shea Cleveland Clinic. I walked on the treadmill and rode the bike even though I felt pretty crappy.
Helping her feel better, patient support services like yoga, massage therapy, support groups.
Nobody wants to have to spend their time at the cancer center getting treatment for their cancer, but it's a way to just remove yourself for a little while and go to a different place.
A place the Cleveland Clinic says is critical to the well-being of these brave patients.
I think when so many of us think about cancer and cancer treatment, we think about the physical toll that it can take on a person. And sometimes we overlook the emotional aspect and the psychological component. They're trusting us with their cancer care.
Amy's cancer, incurable. But doctors say it's manageable, and that's enough for her.
I think positive attitude and mental stability of keeping in the moment and not looking at the big picture really helped me. I can live my best life doing what I love to do.
And forever grateful for her caretakers.
They're wonderful people. They're caring for people with cancer.
Lindsey Buckingham, 3 News.
Definitely a great cause and a great thing to support there.